Hello there, I'm Sheila Pearl, relationship and life transitions coach. I just came back from a funeral today, and I mentioned that to someone who said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear." I'm not. I'm not sorry that I went to the funeral, and I'm not sorry that I witnessed something that inspired me. I went to John's funeral. He's the husband of a friend of mine. I never knew John. I didn't know him directly. I knew him through the eyes of his wife. And yet, sitting there today in the West Point Cadet Chapel filled with hundreds of people, I heard stories from colleagues and students and mentors and friends and John's two sons about John that inspired me. This was a celebration of life. Very often people will say, well, how old was he? John was 66. You could say, what a tragedy. Maybe. Would it be less of a tragedy if he lived to be 96? Maybe. But those 66 years I learned today, John made them all count. We never know. You and I never know when our number is up, as they say. We never know when we're going to be struck by a Mack truck or by a strange, wacky illness. We just don't know. John suddenly died 9 days ago with no symptoms, no warning. So, of course, we're all shocked. I understand. So there's a certain tragedy in that. I wish for everyone that we could all live to be 100, 150, 200. John's number was 66. What I was left with was reminding myself that what everyone was saying about John when they looked at his life was, well done. Well done, John. When you wrote something, you did so with pride, and you did the very best you could, and it was beautiful. When you cooked a meal, you took great pride, and you loved gourmet food, and you were an artist in the kitchen. Well done, John. When you played your guitar, you played it with love and with vitality. Well done, John. When you took a hike with your sons in the woods, giving them the experience of what it's like to be outward bound, just enjoying nature. Well done, John. John was Professor Emeritus, Professor of English at West Point. It's quite an accomplishment. He accomplished many things in his life, including being a masterful teacher, professor, writer, editor, poet, philosopher, mentor. It's a very long list. I had no idea. I'm truly impressed. But what I'm impressed with is the extent to which John had created a reputation for himself by virtue of the way people talked about him that helped me see that John took life masterfully. He took delight in life. He loved every aspect of life. And as I left the chapel today, I was feeling inspired to look at myself and ask the question, if I dropped dead this week, would I feel okay about how people looked at me? And would I feel okay about all the work I've done? Would others say about me, well done, Sheila? What would they say about you? Well done. You did the best you could. If your answer is a little hesitant, and quite frankly mine is, we have time until we don't to clean up our act. If I were to die tomorrow, I think I'd be a little uncomfortable about people coming into my apartment and finding the mess I left. So there's a part of me that's inspired to clean up. If I died tomorrow or today, I might not be so pleased with everything I've written. I'm inspired to do the very best I can, to go back to the drawing board and to do some more writing and to ask my editors for feedback and be unafraid to stretch and to grow and say, what do you think? How can I make this better? Because at the end of the day, I'd like others to say, well done, Sheila. Wouldn't you? So I'm inspired by John's life, and I never knew him. I'm inspired by the possibilities that as long as I have breath, there's still another chance to do a better job. How about you?